Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Minga After Dark. I believe this is episode 7 now, and it is January 2nd, one whole day after the new year. Happy New Year's to everyone. I hope you brought it in safely, and I hope you had a good time, whether you stayed at home and chilled or whether you were out in the streets partying. You lived to see another year. God bless. All right, I'm testing out a new microphone tonight, guys. I am not on the balcony. I made a trade with my husband. So he's on the balcony catching up on some videos on YouTube, and I'm in the room. I wanted to try to make this not too loud and gave me a chance to test out my mic and its noise canceling. I'm not even sure if this mic has noise canceling, so I have to test it out to see if that was one of the features. Nonetheless, tonight we're going to talk about something. I have two things I want to talk about, but they're both very interesting topics. So the topic that I'm going to go with tonight is about, I'm looking at my board with my topics and I'm like, which one should I pick? I'm going to talk about the camera topic. Yes, cameras and social media in general, and not in the way you guys are probably thinking. All right. So I watch a lot of videos, that show UFO accounts from people. And I also watch a lot of channels that show people's poltergeist or paranormal experiences. And I just had the question one day. It just occurred to me that cameras bring on a certain type of bravery to people. And I'm just going to keep talking until it makes sense, because it's really hard for me to explain what I mean. But for example, I watch ghost hunters on YouTube that go to, some of them not even going to look for ghosts per se, but they like to explore abandoned buildings, castles. They'll go to old schools and things like that. And sometimes it's just to see, just to be there and see how much damage has been done since, it was there. And sometimes people have heard stories or legends about it being haunted, so they go and set up EVP and things like that. Now, this is where I've noticed psychologically, there's a psychological aspect to this whole ghost hunting thing. And that is obviously the camera aspect that I mentioned earlier. I feel like a lot of these Ghostbusters, or the people that go to these houses to just explore in general, the camera gives them an extra sense of a person being with them. And I should have probably mentioned that a lot of people go into these places alone, which is insane, in itself. But some people have that nerve and that bravery. But when they have the camera and they have a TikTok following, this is where the social media aspect come in. They have an audience that's saying, hey, go back to this building and do that. Go record some more, get some more evidence. Or they know that they have an audience that is going to see this footage. So when they're in the middle of recording, or when they're at these abandoned homes or houses or buildings and things like that, to them, they're talking to an audience that's already there. But they're not. And you're very much still in a lot of danger. But that aspect, that future aspect, that someone's going to see this video, that somebody's going to hear this. It's almost like you have to be an actor for audience. Because if you didn't have the camera, would you be narrating the whole time? Would you be walking through the cave talking to yourself, hey guys, I'm making it right here, or I just heard a sound? When they do these things on camera, nobody's with them at the time, but they go into these adventures with their cameras, um, with I can't explain what I'm trying to say, guys, because it's so deep. And that's why I was like, I'm just gonna talk until it just makes sense, because that's pretty much what happened when I was trying to explain it to my husband. When they're talking, when they're explaining what's going on, they put themselves at this high risk of being heard or seen by an animal, anyone that could possibly be there before them, and or possible ghost entity, whatever may be there that they're actually looking for. And they whisper and they ask you guys questions, but in that very moment, they are as alone as they would be if the camera was not there. So this camera feature that we have is giving us this bravery and this mental outlook that someone is with us, even though they are not. So when I watch these videos and I see people say, oh, I went back because my audience didn't believe that there was a ghost there and they want me to get some more footage. And when they get to that place, the audience that made that request is with them at the time, mentally. They're shooting that footage for you when they're talking to the camera. They're talking to you. But the future you, a you that isn't even corralled yet, the old comments came with them to help create a new video for a future audience. And in that moment where they're alone, it feels very much like someone's with them. So I don't know how many of these ghost hunters, or in general, when you guys record videos and let's say you go up to a dog that you wouldn't normally go up to because it looks crazy cool and it sounds cool, and you know that if you put it on TikTok or social media, 9 times out of 10, you're going to get some good feedback on the image or the video, possibly go viral, right? And that moment, when you have your camera out and you're talking, say, hey guys, look at this big ass dog that lives up the street from me. Look how big he is. Look how crazy his bark is. In that moment, you're not alone mentally, but you are alone. You see what I'm saying? So guys, I don't think I can explain it in any other way. I'm just hoping that you're taking my examples and my thought process and kind of formulating your own idea of what the hell I mean. But I don't know why I'm so fascinated with this, that I found or see a psychological aspect between videographers, particularly those that record and do things that are more dangerous to do alone. But in the moments that they're doing it, they are not alone. They don't feel alone, even though they are alone and they are in just as much danger of being alone. The people that they're talking to in the camera, they're obsolete once somebody caught you, or once an entity's got their hands on you, or grip on you, so to speak. Some of this footage never gets seen because something actually did happen to that person. We'll never know. But in that moment when they were out there filming, they were not alone. So yeah, this is one of those topics where I think I'm going to end there because I've said what I had to say. And if you can't, if you don't understand me, go watch one of these videos. I think I've mentioned Slapped Ham, Nuke's Top 5, King Frostmare. I think that's his name, King Frostmare. These people get videos from all around the world and they share them on their page of real, quote unquote, real. Of course, I assume every time I watch one of these that there's at least one or two fakes in there. But these are real accounts for the most part of paranormal things that people are capturing on their videos. Look out, is it the House Caramel House? There's a man named Trent. I'm probably getting all this wrong, but his house alone, terrifying. This man lives in a haunted house, pretty much. But he captures all this cool footage, and a lot of the times he's walking through the house, talking to his camera, to his fan base, his audience that's going to see these images. But in that moment, he has to be brave. And I feel, and my point is with this video is that we as a humanity have learned to take um, um, that bravery. We've managed to transmute a future fan base aspect or a future thought of someone seeing something, and we've managed to transmute that energy to be enough energy to therefore make us brave enough to put ourselves in situations that we may or may not normally do alone. Because the camera guy that's alone with this camera, he's narrating and he's doing this and he's getting his footage for his fans. I don't necessarily know, feel, or believe that he would be out there alone if he or she didn't have their camera. Not saying that they wouldn't do this. I'm not saying, oh, ghost hunters probably wouldn't be doing this at all if they didn't have their camera. One, especially if a lot of it is for documentary purposes, then yeah, they probably wouldn't if they really need or really want and hope to capture something on film. But for those that actually just go to explore, a part of me feel like if there wasn't this camera aspect, this social media aspect, oh, I'm going to take this back and show it to this person or this audience, that 9 times out of 10, we would be going out at least with one other person or two to do the exploration. But that phone, these phones are becoming our friends in ways that are giving us courage and or possibly putting us in, dangerous situations. This is artificial intelligence. This is technology. We're putting so much faith into it. And I just want to clarify, this is not a negative message in any ways. This is me coming from an astonishing realization. I find at least different aspects of humanity that we kind of gloss over. And I realize it's like a form of our superpower. Like, oh crap, we're able to do that too. This is something else that we do. Like when I mentioned the having multiple personalities in one of my Minga After Dark videos, and I asked the question, why is that a bad thing? Why can't that be a super power? Obviously, if it's, like I mentioned in the video, if it's something that's causing you to be able to live a normal life, then 9 times out of 10, you're not dealing with an actual psychological disorder. But if you are someone who they want to call a Gemini because 1 minute you're happy or 1 minute, that's different. mood swings, bipolar disorder. I mean, you could be over here excited, clubbing, then you have no problem with reading a book, curling up, or going to the zoo, and you can put on these different hats and be in these different situations with no problem. One minute you're the party girl, one minute you're the chill hangout person, one minute you're this, you're that, whatever. Why is that a bad thing? Why do we have to be robotic in our ways and our minds? This is what attracts other beings to us, because we have so much free will in multiple ways. Not just free will just to be able to do and say whatever we want, but free will within every option of every aspect of our lives, right? So we really have to start looking at how cool the human brain is, how cool some of the things that we come up with and do is. Even if it does have some negative connotation behind it sometimes, it's still crazy to think, wow, we came up with that or we did that. If someone was brave enough to do that, crazy enough to try that. Someone was crazy enough to think about putting a plane in the air. We would not have that invention if some wonderful human being didn't think extremely outside the box. All right, guys. So what I would like for those that hear this message and understand the whole connection I'm trying to make with the psychological aspect of having technology in it, and giving us extra courage and bravery to go out and do things because we're documenting it, we're filming it, we know that someone's going to see it, so that someone becomes our person to anchor in that moment, our person to talk to in that moment, even though they're not there. Let me know what you think about in the comments. I'm going to go ahead and end this video here. And what I'd like to do is a part 2, piggybacking off the comments and feedback that I get, or hopefully get, in regards to this topic. That way I'm not babbling on and just repeating what I mean, because right now I just want to open it for dialogue. I want to see what you guys think. Is this one of those times where I'm thinking too far out the box? This is my freaking brain. This is what I have to deal with all the time. I just reach, and sometimes I'm not even reaching. I'm reminding my business and stuff pop in my head. So I really want to just share as much as this weird, neat crap that I can with you all, in the hopes that one or two of you resonate with what I'm saying. So yeah, drop your comments in the comment section. I'll check it out and I'll do a part 2 video to follow up with this. All right, peace.